Today's profile review is going to be a little bit different because I'm actually doing it live with the player. So this guy is what I'd politely say is a hardstuck gold player looking to get to platinum and diamond. And so in the next 30 minutes, we basically break down live on a call exactly what he needs to do in terms of the things he can implement right now, the things he can implement tomorrow, and what coaching would look like for someone who is serious about climbing. So I hope you guys enjoy this profile review. If you want yours reviewed just like this one, please check out the link in the description below. Let's get into the video. How this usually works is I like to get you to just talk a bit about your solo queue, what's been happening, what I guess problems you're having, because it sounds like you've tried a few things and it doesn't feel like it's working. So I want to hear a bit more about, I guess, what's happening with your ranked, what your goal rank is, and what's really what are you struggling with to get you to that rank? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome.
So, to be honest, I started to play League, I think, in 2012.
Yep. I'll just
So
share
it makes
screen
a
as
long
well.
time.
Yep.
Okay, so take off music from League of Legends. Okay. So I start to play with friends just to have some fun. Then I start to be a little deep, on the League of Legends. Since I think 4 or 5 seasons, I'm gold 4.
Yeah.
Max was gold 1, and I would like to achieve platinum at least.
Okay.
But the problem is that I have some good games where my mentality is good, and I play well, etc. But I like to play ADC or jungle. So as ADC, when I get the support that does some mistakes and things like that, I begin to fail some CS. I begin to get a little killed, and I think that's the main reason why I lose games. That and the teams.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so you started playing League a while ago. You've been gold the last few seasons, and you want to get to at least platinum, playing 80 carry and jungle. And one of the biggest issues you think is how you react, I guess, to when players are playing poorly, and how to combat that. Okay. Cool. So coming to the I guess the strategy of playing jungle and 80 carry, it's going to be quite hard for you to climb to platinum if you're trying to learn, play 2 roles at once. So something I would recommend is choosing one or the other for your main account and then playing the other role on your Smurf account.
Okay.
Because what you basically need to do is you need to figure out which of those roles you're better at through win rate, not through what you think you're better at, but you need to figure out which one is you have a higher chance of winning on, and then we'll use that to climb to platinum. But if you're trying to play 2 roles at once on an account you're trying to get into the top 8% of players, there's not many gold players who climb into platinum for the first time playing multiple roles. It's almost always 95% of the people who climb out of gold are the players who play 1 role and they have a really small champion pool. So it's not impossible for you to climb with playing jungle and 80 carry on the same account, but it's going to make it a lot harder. And that's why I would suggest that you should specialize in 1 role or the other.
Okay.
Maybe, yep.
For my match history, I think that ADC is the best role I have.
Yep. I think your Misfortune as well is one of your best champions as well. It also looks like your Diana could have potential. I think if you're worried about impact, I would play jungle. So if you're if you feel like you need to have carry a bit more or have a bit more impact, I think jungle's a great pick. But if you feel like AD carry you'd be more comfortable on and you're better at, you can also go AD carry. It won't really matter which role you choose because I think you've got good experience in both of them. You just now need to like master that role. Okay.
Have some hint to what should I do?
I would. Do you have a second account?
Yes.
What I would do is I'd play like, I don't know. This is a lot, but I would say like play 20 games on both, play AD carry on one, play jungle on the other, and just get a really good feeling for which one you enjoy the most. I would say, like, if I was you, I would pick jungle because I know jungle has a little bit more impact than AD carry, but that also means you have more responsibility. So it means the game is a lot more in your control as a jungler, whereas an AD carry, you're there just to deal damage, get a lot of kills, and, be a carry. Whereas jungle, you have to help your lanes get ahead, you have to help secure objectives. There's a lot more things you need to do, but you have a lot more impact. So it's really what your kind of play style is. If you're able to deal with like the mental stress of jungle, where you have a lot of responsibility, you have to gank a lot of lanes, I would say play jungle because it's the easier role to climb with. But if you prefer and love AD carry more and you think you're better on AD carry, then you should play AD carry.
The thing is, since 7 years ago, I think I only played jungle for several times, so I'm used to play jungle.
Yeah.
And then last three seasons I start to play ADC because I like the misfortune, how the misfortune works, and I start to climb a little too.
Okay. Well then let's stick with AD carry then. That'll be fine. You can still get to platinum with AD carry. That won't be the issue.
But the thing is, you think that with playing jungle, it's better to climb, right?
Yeah, well, you can just have more impact on the game because you're a jungler. Whereas an AD carry, you're kind of locked in your lane for the first 15 minutes, and then in mid-game and late game, your damage output is very much reliant on your team having a good team fight where you can, set yourself up and deal a lot of damage with. Whereas the jungler does most of the setting up, gets most of the lanes ahead, and gets to say, hey, let's do dragon, let's do baron. Whether his team listens to him or not, that's another question, but you potentially have more impact as a jungler.
Okay.
So what I would suggest is, over the next couple of weeks, keep playing AD carry on this account, and try and play some jungle games on your second account in ranked, and just see how it feels. I would say let's play your Diana, because Diana's really strong right now. I think she's a decent jungler, and I would like to see it because you've got 43 games on her played with a 53% win rate, which makes me think you have a bit of potential on her to play quite well. So I would like to see some Diana games on your second account, if you can do that.
Yes, I can do it.
Awesome. Now,
yep. It's hard to play a lot now, but I will play like one game per day.
Okay.
I will play.
Okay. That's good. That's a good amount. Now, the second issue, I think you're honestly going to solve this yourself, but you said you get tilted when a player plays poorly and it affects you. The easiest way to not let this impact you is to break up your games, which I think you're already going to be doing. If you're only playing one game a day, you're a lot less likely to get tilted because you don't get a loss and then queue up again, get another loss, and you slowly build the anger and the tilt. Whereas if you're only playing 1 or 2 games a day, it won't that won't happen as much, and therefore that won't affect your performance. However, in game, when someone is playing poorly, instead of focusing on their poor performance, you need to just really focus on yourself and what you can do in that situation. And I know it can feel helpless or super frustrating, particularly when you get a bad support or a jungler who fails a gank and feeds the enemy AD carry. But the only thing to get over that tilt is to just, like, you got to believe in yourself and just focus on what you can do to make a difference in the game. And some games you're going to lose because of a bad support, and some games you might lose because you got too tilted because of a bad support, but the game was actually winnable if you just put your head down and focused. But at the end of the day, it's really you can only affect how you perform in League of Legends. You can't affect how anyone else performs. And so worrying about what your support's doing, if they're good or bad, all that you should be doing in relation to that is just going, well, okay, how do I play around a good support versus how do I play around a bad support? And obviously there's a lot of new, like, different little things you have to do there. But that's something you're going to have to learn to deal with, of how do you adapt your play style when you're ahead, when you're behind, when you're losing, when you're winning, when you've got a good support, when you've got a bad support, when you've got a good jungler, bad jungler. And that you've got enough experience to know how to do that. I just think you get too tilted to actually go, well, okay, I know how to play when I've got a bad jungler. I know how to play when I've got a bad support, but you just won't do it because you're almost like, well, I don't want to play with a bad support, or I don't want to play with a bad jungler. I just want this game to end, or whatever. So there's no real easy answer to fixing that tilt. But it really is within how you understand the situation and what you're going to do about it. Awesome. So have you had coaching before or anything like that?
Never.
Okay.
I just read some things on internet, saw some videos about how to play, how to improve
Yeah.
the skills, and nothing more.
Okay. So I'll briefly. Sorry, did you have any more questions before I guess I talk about what kind of coaching could work for you?
No more questions.
Okay, cool. So firstly, the main coaching we do is one-off, like one-on-one game reviews where you can just book it whenever you want, and we'll do a 90-minute session where we review your gameplay, we give you notes, and we give you focus areas of, like, okay, we'll review your Misfortune gameplay and we'll watch it and we'll go, okay, these are the things you need to work on. You need to focus on dying less in your laning phase by doing this. You need to group more in mid game by doing this. And then you need to work on your, ult combos and positioning in team fights by doing this. And then we'll go through that game, either a recording of it through your the League client where we'll download the replay and go through it together, or through a live game where you share screen, me or one of our coaches watches the game with, like, as you're playing, understands your thought processes, and then goes through it again with you after the game and gives you notes on what you need to improve. And that's quite a popular thing for people who are new to coaching, because it means you can just book one session, see how it goes, and then you can book more if you think it's going to be good for you, or, if you don't think it's really your style, you'd never have to get another one, but you can get the benefit of that first one.
Okay, just one question.
Yeah.
About the book sessions.
Yep.
How much per session?
Yeah, so we start our coaching at $30 US, and then it goes up to 50. So myself and my challenger coach are 50 USD for a coaching session, and then our high diamond coach is 30. So for someone like you, if budget is an issue, I would honestly recommend the high diamond coach. Like, he's good enough. He's gotten multiple people to platinum and to diamond. So it's not about, is he good enough to coach you? It's more, yes, he can. He just can't charge as much because he's a bit of a lower rank, but he's still got the results. So yeah, so I don't know, is that within your budget or is that too expensive?
For 1 or 2 sessions, that's in my budget.
Okay, cool. That's great to hear. And then the other thing we do is I call it a monthly climbing plan. And basically what it is you have a coach dedicated to you, so you can talk to them on Discord whenever. You have a game review once a month, and we build a spreadsheet of everything you need to do to go from gold 4 to platinum, and we break it down by months. So typically when there's, I'm just saying gold 4 because you're gold 4 right now, but typically when you're gold 4 trying to get to plat 4, there will be 5 or 6 problems you need to solve in a particular order to get there in the fastest way possible. Now, the problem with if you try and do it on your own is a gold player will sometimes not know what they need to fix or in what order in order to get them to be a better player. So the monthly coaching plan, the idea is like, okay, this month we're only working on this problem, and it could just be dying less in lane. And for the whole month, that is all you're focusing on. And what we're trying to do is you're probably playing at like a gold 4 on average level with every single thing in League of Legends, right? But then there's going to be some things that you might be playing at a lower rank. Like, like you might be playing at a silver 2 level or a silver 3 level. And the idea is we find all those problems that you're underperforming in, and we get you playing them at a higher rank, like, gold 2, gold 1 standard. And the idea is each month we help you develop one more skill in order to get you to a plat player. And it's more the focus on, okay, we're trying to get for you from gold 4 to gold 3, gold 3 to gold 2, gold 2 to gold 1, and gold 1 to plat 4, and then, beyond on to diamond. So that's the cool thing about the monthly coaching is it follows you along the journey. So whenever you have a new issue that arises, your coach is there to help you solve it. However, I think for new players, getting one session, seeing how it goes is also a great way to get into coaching as well, because you don't know if it's going to be right for you or anything like that. And the monthly coaching, that's at $50 a month. And so it's a subscription, and that's with, again, that could just be $40 a month with our high diamond coach, or it's $50 a month with myself or my challenger coach.
Okay, understood.
Awesome. Did you have any questions about either of those?
As you said, I think on the monthly subscription,
Yep.
you have a right to one review, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if I choose the monthly,
Yeah.
I pay $50.
Yeah.
And then I get one review plus the help you give on the monthly.
What else do you get?
The help you said you help on the problem on the issue.
Yeah. So there's so you're right. So with the monthly coaching plan, I'll tell you everything that's included. So you get access to our weekly group training sessions that we have in Discord. You get a spreadsheet. Let me, I will see if I can open one up for you. You get a spreadsheet where we'll track everything for you. So you can understand, what you've done in one month, what you need to do in the next month. Here's a good example of a client we use. So we've got like monthly stats that we track for you. We've got review notes. So each month you'll have a game review that will get recorded, and then we'll have learning points and then key focus areas that you need to focus on. And then you'll also get access to, each week we have group training sessions in our Discord, as well as you'll be able to message your coach whenever you want throughout the month and be like, hey, I'm having this problem. How do I solve it? Or, and so you can get like messaging support of, little problems that are coming out throughout the month.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what's kind of the added features of the monthly plan. And then you still get the game review on top of that.
Okay, I understood. Maybe next month, because I need to receive my salary first.
Yep.
Maybe next month I will try the monthly
Yep.
subscription.
Awesome.
But just one question.
Yep.
On that monthly subscription, I need to do like 12 months in a row, or I can do 1 month then stop.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, you can cancel anytime. So my challenger coach doesn't offer this, or my high diamond coach, but if you want it with me, I also offer a money back guarantee in your first month. So if you don't get a higher rank in your first month with the plan, you get your money back completely. If you choose to go with me, but also, but unfortunately that isn't the same for my challenger coach or my high diamond coach. But yeah, you can just book it for 1 month and then cancel. You can have it for 3 months and then cancel. You can be like 1 month in, or 1 month and 15 days in, you can be like, I want to cancel, and it's all good. There's no lock-in. You're not required to pay, in advance or anything like that. It's just month by month.
Okay. I understood.
Awesome.
Maybe I will for you.
Yeah.
Because I like the way you spoke.
Yep. I appreciate that. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, when your pay gets in, or whenever you're ready to make that decision, think on it, and then just shoot me a message on Discord. I will set it all up for you. We'll book a time for that first game review, and then after the game review, that's when you'll pay. So you can, get the game reviewed. You're all set up, ready to go, and then we can go from there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And before I go, we've got 8 minutes. So did you have any questions? Any other questions you wanted to ask, or anything else? I'm happy to answer.
No, I think you explained everything for me. So I think we are good to begin in next month.
Awesome. And then between now and next month, unless you're like, I want to get coaching on AD carry, try and play a bit of AD carry and jungle on your other account, and just see which one you're feeling like. And then when you're ready for that first session, be like, yep, okay, I want to climb with AD carry, or I want to climb with jungle.
Okay, so you are telling me to do AD carry in this account, doing Phantom,
yeah,
and do jungle in another account, right?
Yes, correct. And both in ranked solo queue or duo. Like you can duo if you like duoing. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I want to see what your Diana is like on an account, because I think your Diana might have a bit of potential.
Okay, no problem. I will try to do Diana. But there are another jungle that you think it's not hard to play and can have a carry potential?
Yeah, so I usually like to go to like meta tier lists. I just use u.gg. Generally I'll go like something like this. I'll do gold rank, and so you can see, I think personally out of these top 10, Jarvan's really strong. I really like Nocturne. Jarvan is super easy. Like, if you know how to play Vi, if you know how to play Diana, Jarvan is very similar. Like, you've got a great dash, a great ultimate that like locks people in. Nocturne is similar-ish. I think they're both good. I think if you're looking for someone a bit more tanky, Zac is really good, or Rammus or Amumu. Zac has so much damage output for being a tank, and so you can end up carrying games as a Zac or an Amumu without, having to be that massive damage dealer like a typical Diana or a Viego. So if you're looking for someone a bit more dashy and a bit more like a bursty kind of damage, Jarvan's really good, Nocturne's really good. If you're looking for someone a bit more tank, Udyr, Zac, Amumu. I personally play a lot of Vi, and I like Vi. So if you are comfortable with Vi, I think she's great as well. But in short, really, one of these 10, whichever one you like the most or have the most experience on, I would say you could choose one of those instead of Diana, if you wanted to.
I played a lot with Vi and Amumu.
Okay, there we go. I would love to see then, on that second account, a bit of, as much Vi and Amumu gameplay as possible.
Okay.
Unless your heart is like set on AD carry, I would like you to do this exercise for me before we get started. But if you're like, because I think you could climb right now, you're almost at a crossroads where you could probably climb to platinum as an AD carry, or you could climb as jungle. You've just got to pick one, and I want it to be a choice that you make kind of on your own and you're happy with, if that makes sense. Because if you just do what a coach says and then in 3 months you're like, oh fuck, I hate playing jungle, like why did I do this, and I'm gonna go back to AD carry, it's like, well, we just kind of we didn't waste 3 months, but it's like, the coach forced you to play something and maybe you climbed higher but you didn't enjoy it along the way. So I want you to do this exercise, see how it goes, and then, when we start, let me know which role you want to do, and we can get you to plat with either of them.
Okay. The reason I play jungle and the bot lane, ADC, is because I like both.
Yeah.
I don't have a main, but I like both.
Yeah.
I don't feel annoying playing LoL with ADC or with jungle. The problem is that I sweat because, imagine, I do 5 games with ADC. I lost 4. I'm tilted, I will play jungle.
Yeah. I get it. And like, it makes sense, like, it logically in your head, but strategically to climb, players just can't main 2 roles. It's very rare that a player can focus on 2 completely different roles at the same time and climb. So really what I'm trying to do with you focusing on one role is getting you to increase your chances of getting to platinum without actually, before you even get any coaching. Like simple tips like this where focus on, 1 or 2 champions with one role, that can increase your win rate or your chances of getting to platinum by quite a big amount before you even have to look at, okay, well, how do you play the game? Are you good at team fighting? Are you bad at team fighting? Etc. etc. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
makes
sense.
It's almost like the meta to climb in League of Legends right now is one tricking, and so getting a person as close to one tricking without them wanting to like kill themselves because it's so boring. That's how I try and get people to climb. So, I honestly have people that I coach who are like, I want to play. I don't mind how long it takes me. But I want to play like AD carry and jungle and climb. And so I'll coach someone if that's how they really want to play. But I just let them know that this is going to take a lot longer because instead of just learning one role and, 2 champions, we're now trying to learn 2 roles and 4 champions. And so there's double the bad habits, double the new knowledge that you have to learn. And then there's the thing of, well, okay, do you play like 5 jungle games and then 5 AD carry games? And then your first couple of games back in jungle are a bit awkward because you're used to playing AD carry. And so there's all these little things that just set you back a little bit. But if you did really want to play both, we can do it in both. It's just won't be as effective to getting to your goal of plat as quickly.
Yeah, no. I prefer just to focus in one because I saw some videos, etc., and that says you need to choose at maximum 3 champs. You can choose more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3 is max, 2 is better, 1 is the best. Like, statistically, 1 tricks climb the fastest, but 1 tricking is boring. I don't play League. I don't 1 trick playing League. Like, I find it too boring. I don't enjoy the game that way. But some people are like, I love playing this champion. That's all I want to play. So, yeah, as long as you're playing, max 3, ideally 2 or 1, then we'll be fine.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
Which rank are you?
Yeah, so I am currently D1. And then I usually hover around masters. But what I do is I'm a bit of a psycho. I play Phil. So I go against kind of all my coaching advice of picking one role or, maining one or two champions. And I just play autofill. Because
Okay.
I have clients in multiple roles. And so I find it's the best way to, I guess, learn the game. And so my specialty is really getting players to diamond. And then once I get my players to diamond, I usually hand them to my challenger coach. Some of them stay with me and we get them to masters or whatever. But sometimes players are like, okay, I'm diamond now. I want like a challenger mindset coach. And so we use the challenger coach as they get higher and higher.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
I think it's all. The time is due too.
Sorry?
The time is over too.
Yeah.
I won't take more time from you.
No worries. No, that's great. But yeah, I really appreciate this call. This was a great call. Yeah, once you're ready to make that decision, just let me know and we'll set up that first session. But also in between then and now, like let me know how you're going playing the 80 carry in the jungle. Let me know what you're thinking along the way. And yeah, just shoot me a message whenever on Discord.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
And just one thing, sorry for my English.
No, your English is great. I can't speak another language, so I'm always so impressed when someone, is not speaking their native or their first language and is doing it so well. I just hope you understand me and my accent. I try and slow down. I speak usually really fast, so I try and slow it down as much as possible.
No, I understand the English, but that's one problem. It's not my native language.
Yeah.
I'm Portuguese. I spoke French first, then English.
Yeah.
Thank you a lot.
No worries. Have a good night, I assume. Yeah, it must be nighttime for you, right?
Yeah, midnight.
Oh, awesome. All right. Talk soon. See you later.
See you later, and thank you for everything.
No worries. Bye.